Assalamualaikum. We are from Group 3. Our group consists of 10 members and we agree to choose Case A, which is Murābaḥah / Tawarruq retail financing, yearly statement and Ibrā for our assignment 1. My name is ATIRAH Binti ADDENAN. My number matric is 823A1718. I want to present a executive summary. This report investigates the Sharia complication of yearly statement in Murābaḥah and Tawarruq retail financials. For the core issue is customer request full Ibrā on unearned profit, but bank often grant only partial Ibrā. This raises concerns regarding fairness, transparency, and possible violations of SAC BNM standards. For the key Sharia issue is net profit retentions, protection riba al-nasi'ah, and non-compliance with mandated Ibrā formulas. Stakeholders involved include customer, Islamic bank, Sharia committee, and BNM SAC as regulated. This report applies 3 fiqh maxis, which is al-darar yuzal, al-mashaqah tajlibu al-taisi, and lil-ajali qistun minal at-taman. For conclusion, full Ibrā on unearned profit is the most Sharia compliance approved. For the recommendations, strengthen Sharia governance, enhance transparency in pricing, refine profit allocation, and enforce clear SOP. Thank you.
So, for the case facts, let me start with a simple question. If you settle your financing earlier, should you still pay a profit the bank hasn't earned yet? This is the main issue in our case. We choose Case A, which involves Murābaḥah or Tawarruq retail financing. In this contract, the selling price includes a profit margin based on a deferred payment period. The issue appears when a customer settles earlier and requests a full rebate for the unearned profit, but the bank only provides a partial rebate, meaning the customer still pays more than they should. From a Sharia perspective, this raises a fairness concern. One important fiqh principle says, Lil ajali kistumina al-taman, deferral is part of the price. When early settlement happens, the deferral element is gone. So, logically, the price and profit should be reviewed. If not, the customer may experience harm while the bank continues to protect its profitability. Spotting this, Mohammad Simon, 2025, in his article emphasized that profit and rebate policies in Murābaḥah must align with maqasid al-Sharia, especially justice and welfare for both parties. So, our analysis focused on whether giving only partial Ibrā truly reflects fairness and Sharia compliance when a customer pays early.
For this part, I will explain the stakeholders involved in Ibrā and rebate practices in Islamic banking. First, customers. They are the recipients of financing, so they expect fairness and transparency. They want banks to follow Sharia principles, especially when making yearly settlement. Customers should not be charged more than what they are entitled to. Next, Islamic banks or financial institutions. Banks must ensure the calculation of Ibrā is correct and fair. For example, Bank Islam does not charge penalties for yearly settlement and avoid elements against Sharia. They must balance between profitability and Sharia compliance. Then we have the Sharia committee. They are responsible for reviewing and endorsing policies related to profit recognition. Their main role is to ensure there is no riba, injustice, or non-transparency in any product or documentation. Lastly, we have BNM and SAC. They issue guidelines and resolution to make sure banks return unearned profit through Ibrā. They also ensure the formulas and calculation used by banks are standardized and transparent. So in conclusion, all these stakeholders work together to protect customer rights while ensuring Islamic banking stay compliant with Sharia. Thank you.
I will present about Sharia issue. In Murābaḥah or Tawarruq financing, there are several Sharia issues that we need to pay attention. The main issue is net profit in this contract. The bank's profit is actually only halal when the grace period has passed. So, if the customer completes the financing early, there is a part of the future profit that the bank should not take. For example, if a profit of 3,000 Malaysian ringgit is distributed over 5 years, but the customer pays it off in the third year, then the profit for the fourth and fifth years is considered union and must be rebate. The problem is some banks only give partial IBRA. For example, only 50% of the profit that has not been earned. This is not in line with the decision of the Sharia Advisory Council because IBRA should be based on the actual use period, not the bank's limit. So, policies such as fixed cap or limited rebate actually contradict the SAC or BNM guidelines because it causes the bank to keep profits that are not risk.
There are three main Sharia risks in early settlement of Murābaḥah financing. First is riba risk. This happens when the bank keep profit for the unexpired period. If the customer settle early but still pay profit for years they did not use, this is considered taking profit based on time, which is riba an-nasi'ah. Second is the risk of injustice. The bank may be seen as taking advantage when it charges extra profit without taking any risk. For example, a customer who wants to reduce debt is forced to pay more, which goes against the Sharia principle of fairness and justice. Third is the risk of contract invalidity. If the profit does not match the actual used period, the Murābaḥah contract may be seen as non-compliance. Internal Sharia audit may classify it as disputable and require correction. So, in summary, this really show why proper Sharia review is important to protect customer and maintain fairness in Islamic finance.
Present about application of maxim. There are three maxim that is li'ajali Kristum min as-samani ad-darar yuza and al-mashaqqah tajlibu at-taysir. In Islamic finance, the principle li'ajali Kristum min al-tamani teach that any profit not yet and must be rebate when customers settle yearly, ensuring the price remains fair and Sharia compliant. Guided by ad-darar user, we must remove any form of harm, including excess charges or unclear calculations, by ensuring transparent and accurate rebates. At the same time, al-mashaqqah tajlibu at-taysir remind us to reduce hardship and providing full IBRA with clear yearly settlement procedure reflects Shariah's commitment to ease, fairness and customer protection. Together, this principle ensure our financial practice remain ethical, transparent and centered on justice.
So next we will focus on the Islamic financial judgment, which is the Sharia basis and the SAC BNM requirements, ensuring all operations are fair and compliant. The Sharia basis asserts deferment is part of the price. However, in case of early settlement, the bank is prohibited from retaining unaccrued profit. This act of keeping unearned profit is known as riba al-nas'iyah. Maxims like al-darar yuzal, which is harm must be eliminated, guarantee justice, transparency and consumer protection in line with maqasid al-Sharia. To enforce this principle, the SAC BNM mandates the implementation of IBRA, which is rebate, which must reflect the actual profit earned only. SAC rulings are binding on all financial institutions. This ensures the rebate mechanism is transparent and eliminates any element of unjust riba. In brief, this framework guarantees that our Islamic financial system operates with full integrity and justice.
Under discussion and judgment, the third part is bank concern. Bank worry about the impact of profitability and cash flow, the risk of yearly statement, the need to cover operation costs, and the concern that rebate may look like a conditional price reduction. Next, the evaluation and assessment. These concerns do not outweigh Sharia priorities such as fairness and avoiding riba. bank may allow deduct actual administrative costs, not earned profit. Full rebate improve consumer protection, trust and ensure compliance with SAC ruling and maqasid syariah. Finally, the conclusion: grading full riba on all earners' profit is the most syariah compliant discussion. It promotes justice, transparency and strength consumer confidence in Islamic banking.
Assalamualaikum. I want to present two remedial action or policy control. First, SOP, Standard Operating Procedure. Number 1, customer submit early settlement request. Number 2, bank calculate principal and accurate profit. Number 3, unearned net profit, straight line and actuarial method. 4, IBRAH required Syariah committed approval. And last, provide clear settlement statement to customer. Second, contract clauses. These clauses ensure contract term remain Syariah compliant and prevent unjust profit taking. First, voluntary IBRAH clause must be included, not mandatory or guaranteed. Pricing clauses must clearly explain the sale price, cost price and profit component. And last, upfront confirmation of financing term is required to avoid ambiguity.
The last part is reflection. We learned that even with the property SOP and Sharia control, the system still has limitations such as process delay, staff interpretation difference, and rigid rebate policies. These assignments show that residual risks remain, including miscommunication with customer, calculation error, and reputational risk if rebates are seen unfair. These limits and risks highlight the need for continuous improvement, better staff training, clearer communication, and stronger governance. Overall, the case depends on our understanding that Islamic finance must address this gap to ensure fairness, transparency, and customer protections. Thank you.